New intro, new show. Well, not new show. Same jackasses. Uh, Welcome to the ABNC show. My name is Zane Hashman. I'm joined by the godfather of Media Byte, Josh Sharp. Josh, how you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing well, man. The site's launched. Things are happening.
So
Everything's going well.
we kind of teased it last week's episode, but it's here. Media Byte, themediabyte.com. Josh, how does it feel? You're live.
Oh, it feels good, man. Freaking check it out. Tell your friends. Tell your lizard. Tell everybody. Like,
Tell your lizard. How long?
Shit's live, man.
Yeah. This is something that's probably been in the works for how long? Like 2 years now? A year?
Probably been the better half of about a year. Because I knew that we still wanted to like cover like news and stuff like that, but I wasn't exactly sure. I'm like, do I really want to do another website again? Do I really want to go down that route? Because there's just a lot. There's a lot that goes into making a website, but eventually I was just like, you know what, screw it. Let's just go ahead and do it. You know, like a bunch of websites post like clickbait and stuff, and I was like, I'm really tired of that, and I feel like there should be a site where it's like clickbait free, where people can be like, okay, I know what I'm getting when I go to this site instead of, oh, here, let me post a article about a sandwich. Like, we're not gonna do that. So
here's this so and so actor replaces this character in artwork.
Yeah,
so we're not
gonna do that.
Yeah, so there is going to be a link to the website in the description down below. So do please check it out. Help us out, man. So with all that out of the way, this is also our first episode on the new channel, MediaByte HQ. Make sure you hit the subscribe and icon or the notification icon to know when we upload. So
all that fancy shit.
All that. Drop a like, guys. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'm just joking. Yeah.
I don't know why that pops into my head.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
I don't even watch Vsauce. I don't even know what the hell that is.
I just know like because of memes and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's about it. All right. So, all right, right off the bat. This is somewhat of breaking news, so I don't have any like kind of fucking description for this. But The Punisher and Jessica Jones have been canceled at Netflix, ending the Marvel Netflix saga. Daredevil's gone, Iron Fist is gone, Luke Cage is gone, and now Defenders has been gone. Now Punisher got the axe, and Jessica Jones, whose season 3 has not been released yet, but is set to come around, I think summertime. But that's set to be now a series finale. We'll be acting as a series finale. So, Josh, what's your takeaway? Were we kind of expecting this after they canceled Daredevil?
I mean, yeah, because it wouldn't really make sense for them to keep 2 of the shows and then just cancel the other 2, especially when the other 2 were seen. Well, at least Daredevil was seen as the best, Marvel Netflix show,
and it was in Netflix's top 10 viewed shows of all time.
Yeah, yeah, and then like. I haven't watched season 2 of Luke Cage only because of that one clip I saw of him dabbing. Not watching it.
It was a terrible moment. The season 2 of Luke Cage was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, I figured. Season 1 of Jessica Jones was good. I actually only watched 1 episode of season 2, and I was just like, this is really boring. So I didn't watch it. And I'm currently still going through Punisher season 2, and I liked what. Yeah, I like what I've seen so far. Like my dad has finished it. One of my good buddies who's actually on the Media Byte team, him and his wife finished it. So like everybody's finished it except for me, and I'm just like, I don't know why I've just been.
Guess what? I finished it too.
I think honestly, I've been like subconsciously dreading finishing it because I know it's the last season, and then obviously the news today kind of just confirms it. So I now don't want to watch it even more because I'm just like, I want to like savor it, man. Because like John Bernthal's so good as the Punisher. Like I don't understand like why they would just cancel everything outright instead of being like, okay, we're going on a hiatus until we move to Disney Plus, or we're gonna move these shows to Hulu, so it's so all of our Marvel like TV shows, so like because the Runaways was on Hulu,
and I love the Runaways.
I haven't watched a single episode, and I probably won't. It doesn't look very interesting to me.
Oh, it's really good. The trailers don't reveal anything. I really like Runaways,
but yeah, no, I mean it's expected. it was expected. It's still super disappointing because I liked the Marvel Netflix universe. I thought they were doing some really cool things, even though the first season of Defenders was kind of hit or miss for a lot of people. For the most part, I enjoyed it because I enjoyed seeing all those characters interact with each other, which is something we hadn't seen. Like we had never seen Iron Fist and Luke Cage talking to Daredevil. Like that's cool shit. So just to kind of have that whole universe just essentially implode because I guess Netflix is afraid of a little bit of competition from Disney Plus, which is why they canceled it. But yeah, it's super disappointing. But hopefully, maybe sometime down the line, Marvel will be like, "Hey, people are pissed that these shows are like canceled. So we should bring them back." And hell, that'll draw more people to Disney Plus. So just Marvel, do it, please.
I mean, when
at least bring back Daredevil and Punisher. I don't really care about the other two.
Yeah, 3 actually. But this was kind of expected once they canceled Daredevil, because when you look at Daredevil was like the crown jewel of it all. And if you cancel your crown jewel, every other chess piece is going to fall. Jessica Jones had mixed reception. Season 1 had more positive than negative. Season 2 was generally mixed. So I was expecting that to get canceled. Punisher season 2, or Punisher getting canceled, I thought was a little bit surprising because that was outside of the whole Disney Marvel deal with Netflix. So I thought Punisher could stick around. I don't know how the numbers were doing, but apparently like they were down 57% between season 1 and season 2. So I mean, it does suck that these shows got canceled. They were pretty unique. They were dark, gritty, and like, I mean, not to sound like bad or anything, but they felt cheap, but like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like they felt grounded. So
yeah, okay, yeah.
I like that.
You said cheap, and I was just like, well,
no, I can't think of the right word. I can't think of the right word. It's like kind of like a more like realistic, like darker take, a more human approach in this world, like a dark, gritty world. So I thought it was a pretty unique direction to go in, and that would allow characters to, the characters like Daredevil and Punisher to live in like these dark, like violent, R-rated Marvel characters to live in a space, not with Captain America, like a family-friendly, Captain America, Iron Man, and all that to tell darker stories, and it kind of I guess kills it for me a little bit. But I'm hopefully, Marvel, whenever Marvel acquires Fox and when they acquire Hulu and all that, maybe I don't know if we'll see the same reincarnations of these characters, but I'm hoping they're allowed to go into a darker direction with original programming with Hulu. Maybe not with Daredevil or Punisher right away, but maybe a new character, maybe like Moon Knight or something.
Moon Knight, yeah. Yes, I was just going to say that.
I was hoping Moon Knight would be a Netflix show. I was hoping, and like I'm like, why isn't he in the Defenders and all that? I was like, oh, they'll probably do it after Defenders, and like now we're getting all these canceled shows. I'm like, Moon Knight for Hulu, please.
We're never getting Moon Knight. I want Moon Knight. I don't know how they do it or who would do it, but we deserve. He's such a dope character. Like,
he is, and I don't think these characters are going to Disney Plus because a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like heavily connected Marvel Cinematic Universe shows, seem to be heading to Disney Plus. Like Rocket Raccoon is supposedly getting his own show, Loki is getting his own show, Scarlet Witch is getting her own show.
Also, like I know this isn't a topic, but what a stupid idea for a Loki show. I just think it's so dumb.
I think it could be interesting. I don't know what the story would be. I know there's rumors out there, but it's nothing confirmed. I think a Scarlet Witch and Vision show would be fantastic, actually, because they had a lot of runs in the comics. That there's a lot of material to pull from there. I think they'd be better off on a platform like Disney Plus rather than a movie, to be honest. And I'm hoping the Rocket Raccoon and Groot show becomes a thing because I love their dynamic in the Guardians movies, and I hope they get their own show. So, I think, the darker Marvel characters would come to something like Hulu because you already have Runaways there and you could easily do some, have some connective tissue there. Mm-hmm. So I'm just hoping, I don't know. I really want Daredevil back and Punisher. You could leave Jessica Jones out. I mean, Jessica Jones season 1 was fine up until the end. Season 2 was a hit or miss for me. Luke Cage season 1 the first half of Luke Cage season 1 was great, and then
second half trash. trash.
Yeah, and then Iron Fist season 1 was garbage.
I've never heard a grown man blow raspberries before. So thank you for
This is the first for the show, but Iron Fist season 2, so Iron Fist season 1 was garbage, like the worst. And season 2 was not as bad. It was like heading towards the right direction, but still needed improvement. But at least they were like listening to the fans on that one. So I'm just hoping, I think a way to get into is hopefully Daredevil, or maybe even, hopefully a new incarnation. I just want some darker characters, and I'm hoping maybe they start off with a new character. I'm hoping Moon Knight is one of them. Ghost Rider's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., isn't he? So they probably can't use Ghost Rider.
Yeah, they have the
Ronnie Reyes, right? Ronnie Reyes.
Yeah.
So they can.
I was about to call him Gabriel Luna, and then I realized that's the name of the guy who plays him.
But you could easily do Johnny Blaze.
Didn't Johnny Blaze actually show up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Oh, I mean, to be honest,
because Johnny Blaze is the one who gave him the Ghost Rider like spirit thing. Right?
To be honest, I have not seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. past season 1.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sucks ass.
So there you go.
Sorry,
I haven't seen it past season 1 because, quite frankly, I didn't like it that much. Although apparently it's doing well, but I mean, I'm happy for people in their jobs, and I guess, but I'm hoping, keep the lighter stuff on Disney Plus, and then like the darker, grittier, hopefully, fingers crossed, Moon Knight, Hulu, and Moon Knight, please, Moon Knight. Literally, he's the perfect character to start up a new dark Marvel universe. It'd be dope as hell.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because he's fucking crazy. That's why.
He's crazy. He's crazy. He's awesome. I think Marvel wants to do it. I think Hulu would be game for it. It's just Netflix just
pull the trigger on it. Do it.
Netflix was
What's
just
it gonna be? Pull the trigger, yo. Do it.
I mean, like if they announce Iron Fist season 3 first show coming to Hulu, I'm like, no.
I'll probably watch it anyway. But
yeah.
I just found it funny that at the end of spoilers for Iron Fist season 2, if you actually care at all, he's like in like Shanghai and he's like dual wielding revolvers, but he's using the Iron Fist powers to like shoot them. It's so weird.
It's so weird.
And he's wearing a trench coat.
I mean, at least look, season 2 still has some bad moments. It's still not as bad as season 1. Like
the fight choreography in season 2 was a heck of a lot better.
Oh, dude, for sure.
All right, we're totally getting off topic right now.
Again, to take it off topic, I know you hate this. I know you probably post this on your Instagram. I laugh at it every time. The Black Lightning backflip gif.
Oh, oh my gosh, man! I'm not in like the world of practical effects or stunt choreography
or wire work,
or wire work, but you cannot expect me to believe that like people were okay with this. He's literally doing a backflip in midair, like he's not moving.
I mean, look, it's a CW show, but come on.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Come on now. All
right. Next topic. Enough of the breaking news. On to our first, I guess, legitimate movie topic. The Joker standalone movie and the Harley Quinn and Joker team-up movie have been shelved. According to a report by Forbes, Warner Brothers is no longer developing both the Joker and Harley Quinn film and a standalone project centered on Jared Leto's version of Batman's arch nemesis. I don't know why I had to write a description, even though the title specifically says it. Reading it back now, it's kind of like, why did I do that? But Josh, what's your take on this? On the whole thing getting shelved? Jared Leto's
believe it or not, I kind of expected it. Like I like the same with the whole cancellation of Punisher and Jessica Jones. I like when you look back at the reaction to Jared Leto's Joker when it came to Suicide Squad, not a whole lot of people liked it.
A lot of people hated it.
Yeah, a lot of people like legit despise that Joker. For I mean, I think they have valid reasons as to why. But I'm not one of the people that hate it. I think with the right direction, it could be a pretty decent take, but obviously we're not going to see that now. But I think I knew for a fact this movie wasn't going to happen because you already have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie coming out. So why in the world would you be like, okay, yeah, we're doing this Joker film, but this one isn't set in the DCEU. But hey, we're doing this Joker film that's not connected to that Joker film And this Joker film is going to be in the DCEU, and it's going to have a different guy playing the Joker, but the guy who played Joker in Suicide Squad back in 2016. Like, no. Like, I think they probably had a cool idea for a Joker movie. They probably tried to put some work in it, tried to find some writers, tried to find somebody to get it going, but just due to the whole backlash of Jared Leto's Joker in Suicide Squad, no one really wanted to do it. And I think that's the main reason why we won't see Jared Leto as Joker again.
And that's probably why he even signed on for Morbius in the first place. We knew back then he was done. Once he signed on for Morbius, we knew he was gone.
Yeah, like you can essentially put a stamp on it. It's official now. Like, he's not coming back. And then the whole Joker versus Harley, but that also brings it up like a discussion. It's just like, okay, so now the DCEU is currently Batman-less and Joker-less. So, like, what do you do about it?
Harley Quinn and Batgirl.
Two of your most popular, arguably two of your most popular characters are gone.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. It'll be interesting over like the next course, the course of the next few years, as to what DC and Warner Brothers do about that. Because I mean, I know we're already getting a new Batman. The movie's supposed to be so what the heck? I can't speak today. The movie is supposedly supposed to film in like November of this year.
The Batman.
But, yeah.
Oh.
Or just towards the end of this year in general. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens because, yeah, right now things are just looking weird.
I mean, again, this goes back to, at the end of the day, Warner Brothers has this weird, trigger, announcements. Like, even before the project is a movie they're working on is in development, they'll announce it, like with no names attached. And so, like, when, this whole Joker movie, the standalone Joker movie was announced before they even got a writer or a director on board. And now they're backtracking it. I feel like they should at least get some writers and at least maybe when they're in the final, like, directing decision process to announce films like this. Because how many announcements has Warner Bros. / DC made about we're doing this film, and no progress has happened. Remember Steven Spielberg was supposed to doing like a Black Hawk movie? Like is there what's going on there? Now there's this. There's the Joker Harley movie. There was actually, to be fair, the Joker and Harley movie did have directors, but when they revealed what their take on the movie was, and nobody liked it, they probably got forced out.
It's funny because there was actually one of the directors. I'm trying to find because I posted about it. One of the directors actually talked about like their like take. It was going to be opening of the film. It was supposed to be like really weird.
It was like Bad Santa.
No. It was like some like Dr. Phil type shit.
Yeah, but they also mentioned how it was gonna have like a Bad Santa type of relationship. I was like, nobody wants this, and like everybody online was like, we don't want this. And so like, it just seems so weird. Like, have things in place before you announce them, before you come across as idiots when stuff like this gets canceled, before it even happens. Like, I'm willing to. Okay, so. Look, this is all just like, we know Jared Leto's done. Margot Robbie, we know she's not done. She's doing Birds of Prey, which is rumored Gotham City Sirens. She might be in James Gunn's Suicide Squad. We don't know. That's up in the air. I think Margot Robbie is the one thing that worked at a Suicide Squad, which is a good sign from Warner Brothers that they're paying attention to the fans. That okay, what's some of the things that worked in Suicide Squad? Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. There's a lot of cosplay there was a lot of Halloween costumes, like kids dress up as Harley Quinn. People responded well to her Harley Quinn, so I guess you could build up on that. But like, why on God's earth do they announce movies without like a writer, without a director, only to cancel them like 5-6 months later? This is worse than like Netflix canceling the shows. I think it's just more of a. Go ahead.
But I was going to say, going back to you were talking about how like it just seems like DC and Warner Brothers kind of just like announce movies without directors. I mean, there are a few that they've done that for. I mean, Plastic Man has a writer.
Cyborg, no writer.
Blue Beetle has a writer.
But
Yeah,
you know, we've heard about all these people coming on board, and then like 6 months later, either the project gets canceled, or it's gonna get a page one rewrite, or there's some creative differences. It's like, what the hell is going on there? Oh, look, I get it. Walter Hamada's taken over. Things are different now. I'm sure he was probably cleaning up some stuff once he got there. I'm guarantee he was cleaning up some stuff when we got there. I'm pretty sure the whole Ben Affleck thing was like a done concrete thing, like that he was out once Hamada came in. I'm just hoping this is a whole result of him still cleaning up like house a little bit. I'm hoping.
Hopefully, maybe this shows that they're focusing up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But you know, it's still kind of confused a little bit. Somebody put this theory out. I know this is a little bit, off topic, but if you think about how many Batman world of, let me rephrase that, like Batman centric movies without Batman. So we're getting Birds of Prey, or Suicide Squad 2. Margot Robbie's getting her own set of films, and then when you look at last week when they announced the Trench movie, Aquaman 2, and then so Aquaman's getting, like having his own little world. So it just seems like DC is building off what works. Essentially, Aquaman works. What can we do from Aquaman? What can we make that? Like, it just seems weird.
Like, oh, everyone liked that 30-second sequence in Aquaman. Like, let's make an entire movie about it.
And I saw that movie again. I'm like, how do you make that? Like, how do you make this a movie?
I honestly, like, it's not gonna happen.
It's probably.
I promise you, it's gonna be one of those movies that DC just announces and it just fades into oblivion, and we're never gonna hear about it again.
I don't know, man. It just seems so.
I think maybe that's just wishful thinking because I think it's really stupid. Like, I literally spoke to the biggest Aquaman fan that I know, and even they were just like, "Yeah, no, that's not a really good idea."
I mean, unless I don't know. Fuck the Trench, man. So that's the whole Joker situation. Leto's out basically, and the stupid team up movie between them is dead. And
Joker versus Harley Quinn,
which was a weird concept to begin with.
Dawn of
Smiles,
hyenas.
Dawn of Smiles, Dawn of Puddin'.
There you go.
There you go. Back to another issue I have. Topic number 2. Warner Brothers is going to be benching Superman to bring Supergirl into the spotlight. In the same report by Forbes, they revealed that Warner Brothers has no ongoing plans with their main flagship superhero. Superman has been shelved for now as a temporary measure to let Supergirl step into the limelight and carry the Kryptonian banner for a little while on the big screen, as the worlds of DC continue to evolve and solidify a path forward. Josh, you got any takeaway from this?
It's funny because I actually missed this.
Okay.
I usually stay on top. I actually missed this topic. I saw it come across my feed, but I was busy doing something else, so I just I forgot about like posting about it or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I get what they're trying to do, but it just comes off as stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
look,
he's literally what, in like the top 2 or 3 of DC's most popular characters. Everyone loves Superman, and fuck this idea, man. that's really all I have to say. I like Supergirl. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a cool character. Like, but I don't feel like it's not like they both can't exist at the exact same time. You know, like they both can't share the screen time. Like, why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't it be both? If you want to introduce his cousin, freaking introduce his cousin. Don't shove him into a box and be like, all right, well, here, we're going to go play with her for a little bit, but when we're ready, we'll bring you out. Like, no. Freaking.
You know what? Okay, so for the record, I think doing a Supergirl film is a good idea. I think there's some potential there. I think it's actually a great idea to do a Supergirl film. To bench Superman, though, is a fucking stupid idea. Why are you benching your flagship superhero? Why?
Especially when you have the perfect person to play him, literally begging you, "Can I please get another movie?"
For real. Look, Man of Steel has issues. But a lot of people say Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League all have issues. But the one spotlight that everyone seems to like is Henry Cavill's Superman. Make a good Superman movie. $1 billion easily. He is not just a flagship hero. He is a hero that transcends time. Superman has been the crown jewel of the whole superhero genre since the 1930s. Like, yep. And they're just like, oh no, we gotta bench Superman for a while. Make a great Superman movie, introduce Supergirl there, and then spin off Supergirl. Mm-hmm. That'd be like
it's a much better idea than literally just shoving him like he doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. And plus, like, how would it just makes no sense to keep him like what made Supergirl. I mean, I'm not trying to like sound misogynistic or anything, but like what made Supergirl, you know, this big thing was that she was related to Superman. And it seems like if you're taking the whole Superman thing out of it, like then what's gonna happen? Like, is this how Henry Cavill leaves the DCEU? The rumors we've been hearing for a while, are those true? Is that why he took on The Witcher? I mean, we know they haven't been doing Man of Steel. There's no plans for Man of Steel 2 yet. It just, like, it seems so...
Oh, I don't get it.
And, like, look, I watch the CW shows and all that. Like,
that Supergirl show is cheeks, man.
It is, and I saw the episode with Superman, and all they had Superman do was just to remind, like, would just have him be like, no, Kara, you are the real hero. I'm like, how? What? Look, I get it. Supergirl is a great character. She's a great superhero. I think doing a film about her is, again, a genius idea. But to bench your crown jewel character, who literally, to be fair, not to be fair, but he's back from the dead. Well, let's see what's next. I say,
yeah, because I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, good. I was saying, do a Man of Steel 2, introduce Supergirl there, and then spin off the Supergirl movie from there. Why introduce Supergirl now without Superman?
And plus, like, within, like, the context of the DCEU right now, it wouldn't exactly make sense for her to show up. Could it be, like, you would wonder, where has she been at this entire time? Mm-hmm. You know, where was she at during Man of Steel? Because, like, in the comics, she goes to Earth to watch over him to make sure he's okay. Mm-hmm. Like, where's she been at that entire time? Where
doing
was she
a Supergirl,
yes.
You're doing a Supergirl movie kind of retcons whatever was setting up, and it kind of just seems like Warner Brothers is retconning a lot of the DCEU anyway.
See, but the thing is that if they're retconning, let's say, Man of Steel, that means they're retconning Henry Cavill's Superman,
which
and that is something that I am not okay with.
I know I'm not okay with either, but it seems like they're heading in that direction, which kind of makes me like wonder what's going on there. Because look, I'm pretty sure Henry Cavill had to get a go ahead before he signed on for The Witcher, because that's a show that's number one, a television show that you shoot for
filming for what, 8 months?
8 months, a year, because they're probably talking multiple seasons. It looks like Henry Cavill's not going to be Superman anytime soon, because Warner Bros. Doesn't want to do a Man of Steel 2 anytime soon.
And like, let's just say, for example, that he does stay on. Mm-hmm. Like, if you think about the slate that Warner Bros. Has for their DC films, you've got the Batman is supposed to be coming out in 2021. Mm-hmm. You've got Birds of Prey coming out next year.
Suicide Squad,
Wonder Woman, the Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman 1984 coming out next year. Let's just say, you know, Supergirl comes out 2024, right? Mm-hmm. You're not looking at seeing Henry Cavill back in the role of Superman until at least, at the earliest, maybe 2029 or 2030.
Like, do
you hear how bad of an idea that is? If that's the case, then Justice League really was the last time we will ever see Henry Cavill as Superman, and that is a damn shame, because he's perfect in that role.
And I agree. Like, you know, that Justice League was Ben Affleck's last Batman movie, and I think, you know, what the rumblings is that he was allowed to, you know, take on The Witcher was because they weren't doing Superman for a while. Is probably because I think they're probably done with Superman, which is weird. Really weird that they'd be done with Superman.
For me, and I know this will kind of be a quote unquote hot take for some people, because I know a lot of people don't agree with me, But I honestly think that for the most part, Man of Steel perfected what Superman was probably kind of meant to really be.
Hmm.
Like yes, we've gotten the goody two shoes, the Boy Scout Superman,
The
but we've
Christopher
never
Reeve
gotten
era.
yeah, and like that's perfectly fine. I am not by any stretch of the definition like dumping on that version of the character.
Hmm.
But like this is a more of a kind of a relatable Superman, which is something that people have always complained about with Superman, is that he's so good, he's so perfect, he's such a Boy Scout that we can't relate to him. But when Zack Snyder brought Superman into essentially the modern age with Man of Steel, he kind of humanized Superman, which is something that no one managed to do. And now that that's happened, and you brought Superman back, in Justice League, and he's a little bit more, bright and jokey and stuff like that. You're kind of getting best of both worlds with Henry Cavill Superman, and now you're just gonna completely shelve all of that character development that Zack Snyder did. And I understand that Zack Snyder's not, spearheading the DCU anymore, but like you're gonna take all that character development and throw it away for God only knows how many years to bring in a brand new character that not everybody is kind of, I don't know, like well versed in, or at least knows all that well to for some apparent reason, because it's almost like they want to have the Superman character on screen, but they don't want to use Superman, so there's like, oh, we'll use the next best thing. We'll just use we'll just use Kara. That I don't get it. I think it's a really, really
Botched idea.
Yeah, it's not wise.
I think
I did not mean to go on a tangent right now.
You good.
I just had to.
But we
This
really
episode's gonna be long.
we really started to see. Look, my favorite thing about Justice League, mustache gate aside, Henry Cavill's Superman was awesome in Justice League. By the end of Justice League, it seemed like we were getting the best of both worlds. A complicated Superman with some hopefulness, which is something I wanted to see. I didn't want something too dark. I didn't want something too bright. I wanted something in between. And I get Man of Steel, you start off dark because you're trying to work there. And it was a part of this whole arc that Snyder had. And, by the end of Justice League, that's something I wanted. And that's something I would love to explore in a Man of Steel sequel. Where do you go from Justice League? He's bright and optimistic now, but maybe there's some baggage behind him that leads to some dark entities or something like that. So, I mean, and for no payoff there just kind of upsets me.
Like Warner Brothers needs to build momentum off the characters that the people already love.
Mm-hmm. And
look, because once you do that, then that'll entice them to bring in more obscure characters that people don't know a whole lot about. You honestly think that that freaking after Iron Man 1, that Marvel would just immediately jump into Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, then you have to build to that.
Planet? Yeah, you have to build to that,
yeah.
and But the reason why that movie was so successful is because they had built up a track record of putting out great movies with great characters that people love.
And you listen to the fans.
Superman.
Yeah,
people love Superman. People love Batman. I mean, the consensus on the Flash is a little bit split, but for the majority, people liked Ezra Miller's Flash instead of taking those characters' films. And I know that with the whole thing with the Flash is a little bit different when it comes to Ezra Miller's scheduling, scheduling schedule.
Whatever's going on there.
Yeah, you're losing momentum with those characters by keeping them on the sidelines for so long, and then bringing in characters like Supergirl or Plastic Man, who I guarantee maybe a tenth of the world's population actually knows about.
It's like Warner Brothers does not want to make money. It seems like.
It's something that one of my friends actually said. It almost seems like Warner Brothers has a sticky board, and they're just throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what sticks.
Oh, and there's a blindfold over them. All the executives have darts, and they're like,
spun around 50 times.
Exactly.
So they're super nauseous, and they're dry heaving while they throw at the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seems like, and it's super frustrating considering I've been a DC fan since birth. I'll be 24 in a couple months, man. To see so much of course, obviously, I'm not in the board meetings. I'm not in the idea room, but it just seems like they're just butchering this, and they have no clear plan, which is why they need to come up with some sort of schedule, some sort of official statement of what's actually being worked on and what's actually in active development. what's just
And who's to say that Superman could appear in the Supergirl movie? Maybe he does have like a supporting role in that. We don't know. It's pretty early days. I just want a Man of Steel too, but it just seems like, look, it's going to be a while before we know what Walter Hamada's plan really is, and maybe I think like the first film we'll see, to be a part of his plan will probably be Shazam in a couple of months. Because I don't think he had a lot to do with Aquaman, because by the time he came on, Aquaman was done. So like the real first film he'd have his hands on would be Shazam. So and if that comes out of the gate swinging like hard in a good way, I think maybe we'd be in good hands, and maybe like come Comic-Con there'll be a different narrative at play here. So I mean,
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We're looking at you, Shazam. Save us. But that's enough Superman, Supergirl bench talk. Number 3, Marvel Studios' The Eternals is a go-ahead to shoot in August in Atlanta. The next chapter of the Marvel Cinematic Universe will begin production later this year. The Eternals will begin production in Atlanta, the most common location for Marvel Studios films, on August 1st. Chloe Zhao is set to direct with the script from Matthew and Ryan Firpo. There's also rumored to be a brief synopsis of the film. The story of the Eternals. Synopsis.
I don't know what the hell you're trying to say. Synopsis.
Yeah, a brief little description. The story of the Eternals is set millions of years ago when the cosmic oh my god, I can't speak today. When the cosmic beings known as the Celestials, as seen in Guardians of the Galaxy, genetically experimented on humans, creating the superpowered individuals, as well as more villainous offshoots known as the Deviants. The two groups went on to battle each other throughout history to see what would eventually become the ultimate race. The story involves the love story between Icarus, a man fueled by cosmic energy, and Cersei, who relishes in moving amongst humans. Josh, are you on board for an Eternals movie in the first place, or like what's your stance on this?
All right, low key. I just feel like this was just Marvel's way of trying to get to like the whole like space god thing before DC does, because DC did announce new gods.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is just like their way of like, oh wait, no shit, we want to do this first, and they're just fucking pushing this movie out. I don't know about the Eternals. I don't really care.
Well, to be fair, the only reason the Eternals exist is because Jack Kirby, when he was working on New Gods over at DC, when DC canceled the New Gods, Jack Kirby loved that world so much. When he got hired by Marvel, he created a world like that, and it hit really well with Marvel, with the Eternals. I'm a big Eternals fan. I read a lot of Eternals comics. I think this is a perfect direction to go in, following Endgame. It's a completely new realm of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we haven't seen. It's going to tap into so many different arrays of dimensions and like everything. Set millions of years in the past, meanings you could literally set up whatever you want. It's going to be in space. It seems like a ginormous epic, which would be awesome. And you know what? At this point, Marvel Studios could make a Howard the Duck movie, and I'd be on board because they've earned it.
Well, they are making a Howard the Duck, a rated R show. So I mean, you're
on Hulu, no less.
Yeah, on Hulu. Yeah, they're getting that. I'll watch that.
I'm gonna watch that. Yeah,
yeah. As long as they get Seth Green to voice him, I'm down.
I was totally off topic. I was kind of skimming through the article, but Kevin Smith's the one that's doing that, right?
That I don't know. I don't remember.
I know Kevin Smith is show running one of them because there was a lot of shows. They announced MODOK and all them. I'm pretty sure Kevin Smith was gonna do Howard the Duck, but anyways, that doesn't matter. I'm a big Eternals fan. I think this is, when I heard that Eternals might be a movie at Marvel Studios, I was like, God, yes, please, because I am such a big Eternals fan. It'd be, again, like a different side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe we haven't seen. And, regardless if you think this is just Marvel's way to beat DC while they do New Gods, you could see it that way, but I see it as, a great movie coming on the horizon with a great set of characters, and I'm hoping New Gods does well too, because that means we get to go into the weird Jack Kirby verse. We saw bits of it in Doctor Strange, and like if they fully embrace Kirby, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, like I said, I don't know anything about the Eternals. I'm just basing it off of like surface information.
Mhm.
It just seems like that. Like they're kind of just like, because I mean, Kevin Feige has already said that he wishes that they were the first ones to like do like the female-led superhero movie. Like they wish they were the first ones to do like the villain team-up film. Like, so I don't know. To me, it seems like he was just like, yeah, you know what? I kind of want to get this particular one out before them.
Mhm.
And I mean, like, and they picked a group of individuals that were developed by the same guy, who is the reason why DC is making a New Gods film.
Movie. I'm excited for both. Don't get me wrong.
I'm still gonna see it. I mean, it's a superhero movie. I'm still gonna see it. It's not like I'm gonna boycott it and be like, "Oh, this is a ripoff." Like, nah,
And like by the sounds of things, this seems like the future of Marvel Studios. If Eternals, if Eternals works, I think there's like 10, 20 years of material Marvel Studios gets to work with, past like more so than what they did 10 years of storytelling with the Infinity Gems or the Infinity Stones.
Do the Celestials have any tie to Galactus? I'm gonna ask. I feel like yes.
I feel like, look, in the comics it's different. Like, we've seen Marvel Studios veer away from the comics a little bit. They certainly take inspiration from the comics, but I think maybe that's where they will hint at Galactus, starting with the Eternals. I think because
I would cry.
Why?
I love Galactus.
Oh, I thought you meant like in a bad way. I think if you
when you get Galactus, you get Silver Surfer, my man. Like,
yeah,
oh Jesus,
exactly. There's so many potentials with the Eternals because you have this rich history. And look, Marvel Studios changes stuff all the time. They changed Thanos' backstory a little bit. They changed backstories of a lot of their characters. So, and they changed a lot of storylines too. Age of Ultron is not the Age of Ultron from the comics. Civil War is very different from the comics.
More like a Weekend of Ultron.
A Week of Ultron, a Civil War.
No, it was more like a brotherly spat.
Look,
I have problems with that.
Look, movie. Look, man.
Look, movie. Okay.
Look, movie. This movie is good, man. We'll debate. We'll debate it. We'll debate on that a different episode.
We already did that.
We already did, but we'll get even more in depth into it. I'm gonna turn you over, not in a gay way. Well, that came out wrong. That came out wrong.
Wait, excuse me.
That came out wrong.
We might have to cut that part.
We'll be good. I think we'll be good.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. Go to the next topic.
Hang on.
Okay.
For the record.
Okay. Just move on.
All right.
Just move on.
It's Eternals. Give it to me. Let's go. Civil War is a great movie too. Don't let Josh fool you.
Oh man.
Black Widow gets a new writer. The long-awaited Black Widow film starring Scarlett Johansson has found itself a new writer. Collider reports that Ned Benson, who wrote The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, has been brought on to rewrite the original script by Jack Schaefer, who wrote The Hustle and the upcoming Captain Marvel. Kate Shortland is set to direct the film with a production start date for June of this year. Josh, are you looking forward to Black Widow?
Not in the slightest, dude. She's one of the most useless characters in the MCU. I don't like her. She's just, I don't know. I'm cool with like superheroes not having powers and stuff. But like I just don't care. I don't care about Black Widow. I mean,
I kind of do.
I mean, like, I heard she's much cooler in the comics.
And I feel like we'll get that here. I feel like we'll get that because this is going to be a prequel, supposedly.
Yeah, so maybe she dies in Endgame. I feel like she should.
I feel.
I don't know.
Maybe they're all toast. Maybe the original 6 Avengers are all toast by the end of Endgame. Maybe that's why it's 3 hours long.
I'd be down for that, man. And not really, because I'd be traumatized afterwards.
Dude, I'd be crying by the end of that movie. I'd be crying. My poor little. If they kill Tony, but that's totally off topic. We'll get there.
But yeah, I'm not particularly interested in a Black Widow movie. But I mean, it seems like the team that they have around it is pretty solid. I mean,
but look,
it's rumored that it's going to be the MCU's first R-rated film. I don't really know how exactly
They do that.
reliable that. I don't know how reliable that news is, or if it's something that they'll actually do. But I mean, it's spy shit, so that's cool.
But look, the last time Marvel did a spy thriller movie was Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and you know, coming off of Captain America: The First Avenger, you know, Captain America wasn't a lot of people's favorite Avenger. When you go into Winter Soldier and coming out of Winter Soldier, everyone went, "Holy shit!" I bet you did too. I know Winter Soldier is in your top 5 comic book movies now. So I'm hoping that will be the case with Black Widow, where the narrative just completely changes. This is like a worldwide spy adventure in the vein of James Bond, but with Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. I'm hoping it pushes. I don't think it's going to be R. I think it will push the edge of PG-13 maybe. But I'd love a spy thriller starring Black Widow. I think it'd be a cool idea. I don't know if I, you know, the release date it's given, it's a prime summer date. I don't know if that spells summer to me, like your grand opener. It kind of feels like a Hulu movie in a way.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Black Widow's not a summer blockbuster.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know what the maybe she's fighting aliens or something. I don't know.
Please no. Let her fight like the Russian mob or something like that.
Yeah.
Keep it grounded.
Yeah, and you know, Marvel again has proven with the track record they make pretty good movies. But again, I go back to the last spy thriller they made was a fantastic movie that completely caught everybody off guard. So I think there's a lot of potential to Black Widow. How good and with this, does this rewrite kind of scare you a little bit, or?
Well, yeah. I mean, it seems like they're doing like a page 1 rewrite, which means they're redoing the entire script.
No, that's not what it is. It's the same. It's the same story. It's just getting a little bit. It just seems like they're sticking with. I don't know what. I don't know what this. Nobody's ever said page 1 rewrite. It just said rewrite. So that could mean like, you know, there's a storyline, but they brought in somebody else to try to crack it, kind of thing. I mean, it happens all the time, kind of. You know?
I would say, yeah. I mean, yeah. Rewrites like in pre-production are
common.
Extremely common in
a
Hollywood.
lot of a lot of
I'm
movies shoot without a script even complete. Like the most recent example was the last Mission Impossible movie started shooting without.
Well, that you can even throw Joker in there. They literally rewrote pretty much the entire script, or were writing scenes in the director's.
But
trailers.
that's something you always do. You always have on-set writers and all that. That's the point of on-set writers, is that they come up with new stuff on the spot. So I mean, with the whole Joker
that's
thing,
gotta be a stressful job, by the way.
It is, and that's why on-set script doctors is what the full title is. And they're there all the time. You know, when a lot of money is at stake, like literally hundreds of millions of dollars is at stake, you want to make the best movie possible. If that means, you know, rewriting scenes on the day of the shoot, is for the better. I hope. You know, when you know, like a movie like Avengers Endgame with Mark Ruffalo saying, yeah, sometimes we shoot the scene and then a couple days later we go back and reshoot the scene, and then a couple of days later we go again to reshoot the scene, kind of give different, you know, vibes. To me, that just says the studio's looking out for like their movie. They want to ensure they have the best movie, the best amount of footage. You're spending millions of dollars on long shoot days. You want to make sure you got the best, a lot of footage to go on. And in the case of this Black Widow movie, it just seems like they want more they want to lean heavier into the tone. It seems like. Mm-hmm. So, that's it for the main topics. I don't know how we feel about this. I don't know if you're excited about this, but I guess now we're taking your fan questions. So Josh.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Josh.
Let me pull these up.
All right. So Josh is going to read out the questions and we'll answer them. So
yeah.
Do we have a lot coming?
Right. Oh, there's quite a lot.
All right. Let's take a few.
All right. Yeah. All right. Good. This is the first one comes from a name that I don't think I'm gonna.
By the way, these are all on Instagram. By the way.
Yeah. Yeah. If I put out like a little thing that says, "Hey, podcast questions," send them.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you'll hear them.
Okay.
Oh yeah. First question says, "What is your favorite comedy movie?"
My favorite comedy movie, The Hangover.
Really? Okay.
That's the first one that comes to mind.
Let's see. honestly, yeah.
Oh, role models is pretty good too. I saw that for the first time last night. I love
I
role
remember,
models.
I forget the little kid's name, but he was just like,
Ronnie,
he was like, that's
this
booty,
such a
son. I love that.
such a great little movie. So much heart. A lot of I saw it for the first time last night. I laughed really hard. It was so good. It
That
probably
is a really
but on the top of my head, I'd say Hangover.
for me. I think it's a. I'd probably say the first 21 Jump Street.
Oh my god!
Like,
Yeah, both of those
like,
movies are fantastic.
yeah, yeah, just like the comedic timing that Channing Tatum, who's hilarious by the way, like the comedic timing that him and Jonah Hill have, the way that they bounce off of each other, is just
And the fact,
absolute gold.
and the fact that 22 Jump Street even like is a rare comedy sequel that is good, if not as good as the first one or better. I'm actually going to take your answer. I'm going to say 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Yeah, dude, I love those movies, man.
And the Ice Cube scene in the what is it in the college when he finds out that Schmidt is dating his daughter, the best scene in the entire movie. I don't know. Do you
Whips
remember?
his gun out.
Yeah.
I just like when they all go to like the little lunch.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah, and he was just like, "What you,
What you
doing,
mean,
handing out rations?
Doug?
Give me the-
What you mean? I
That
love
had me dying, dude. When
love
he was
those
grabbing
movies.
the food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
21 Jump
Oh,
Street,
okay.
hands down. Yeah, I agree. Fuck the Hangover. 21, 22 Jump Street.
Ooh, this should be a good one. This one comes from Caliber Gren. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but he says, "Are critics being biased about DC movies over Marvel movies?"
That's a pretty loaded question.
Yeah,
in
it
terms
is.
of
Let
in
me-
terms of what? Like just
Are critics? I'm guessing he's asking, are critics biased towards DC movies? Towards Marvel movies because wait, is it towards them or towards the?
I think I think they
are
made
are they shitting on DC movies because they're not Marvel movies? Anyway,
Okay,
I'm gonna word it like that.
I'll say this. I think Marvel makes crowd pleasing movies, which means like they're strictly for the audience. Like I mean, not strictly for the audience. They make movies that there's fun. They make great stories. I think DC makes ballsy movies a little bit, and then there's a lot of we hear too many cooks in the kitchen. With Marvel movies, we hear there's one voice. Like Black Panther is, you could tell, a Ryan Coogler film. Guardians of the Galaxy is a James Gunn movie. All these, Marvel really balances storylines. With DC, they kind of, who directed Suicide Squad? Who really ended up doing Justice League? It just came across like so Frankensteinish almost. And like, it's just so weird to say like Marvel really focuses on the film they're making, and they make them really crowd pleasers. They make them fun, they make them bright, they make them colorful. They put their heroes in front of ahead of story, and it's just a matter of views. Like critics liked Aquaman, they didn't like Justice League. I didn't like Justice League. It's just more a matter of opinion. But I don't necessarily think there is a bias, and you could say like maybe there's like misconstruing headlines whenever they're talking about like tracking or like comment sections of stuff or what have you. But I think at the end of the day, a good movie is just a good movie.
I would say the bias is selective.
Mm-hmm.
Like not every critic in Hollywood is out to get DC or is out to get Warner Brothers or just wants to see the movie fail. But there is a very small percentage of critics that don't like DC movies because they're not Marvel movies. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I've actually seen these reviews. Mm-hmm. It's not me basing it off of a he said, she said thing. No, I've literally gone to Rotten Tomatoes and I've looked. I think there was a particular review for Aquaman because people were talking about. People were like, "How the fuck is this even considered a review?" It was just like, "Oh yeah, here's another DC movie with a bunch of CG and like blah blah blah, and like they expect it to be good." Spoiler alert: it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and I get it. I mean, a movie's like movie X is not gonna hit everybody the right way.
Yeah, I'm gonna say film is subjective. I'm not trying to say that just because you don't like a DC movie, you're automatically biased. No, to think like that is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that I know there are some people out there that actually think that if you don't if you choose X Marvel movie over Batman v Superman or Man of Steel or Justice League or whatever, then you're a DC hater and you're one of the Marvel shills. Yada yada. No, no.
Look,
People are allowed to have their own opinions.
Look, I love both Marvel and DC. I saw Aquaman 3 times. I'm dying to see Captain Marvel. I'm dying to see Endgame. I'm dying to see Shazam. I'm dying to see Hellboy even. I'm a guy that does not pick sides when it comes to this type of stuff. I just like I've read comics ever since I was a child. So like to see like characters that or storylines and like all like this pantheon of heroes come to the silver screen, it's just kind of an honor, like not even an honor, but like almost like just feels awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad to exist in a time where this is all happening.
Exactly. Like, and you know, sure, some of them are better than others, but you know, you learn along the way.
Some more shit.
So
I'm so sorry for that.
Civil War's better than BVS. Yeah, Civil War's better than Batman vs Superman, huh?
Oh, you wish.
All right, next question.
All right, next question. This comes from Pablo. If you had to pick one who's for sure dying in Avengers Endgame, who would it be? Captain America or Iron Man?
Oh shit!
Thanks, Pablo. You're awesome for this question.
Does it have to be specifically Iron Man? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
I have my answer. And
I'll let you go ahead because I think I'll let you go. I think both are gonna die.
I would have. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I think they're both gonna die in the movie. But if I had to pick one to die and one to live, I think I would pick Iron Man to die because I feel like he's had out of everybody in the MCU, I feel like he's had the most character development by far.
Yeah, dude. Even be honest. That scene in Infinity War with Thanos
Stabbing him?
Stab. How many gasps did you hear in the theater? People,
dude, I was like, I legit was like scared. I was just like,
every single person in my theater gasped.
I still don't know how you fucking survived it. He literally got stabbed in the stomach.
And not in the stomach. It was more towards the side a little bit, but you know.
But like, still,
nanotech, man, nanotech.
He had like some like magic ice frost stuff, and I was just like, all right, whatever.
But like, you know, I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, I think they'll both be fine. I think maybe they'll like ride off into the sunset or something. But if someone had to die, just because you said Iron Man, I'll go Captain America because I
love Captain America.
No, because Chris Evans. I don't know. I still don't think he's gonna die, but because what Chris Evans has been tweeting out there is like, oh, this was an emotional day. Oh, sorry, I hit my microphone. This was an emotional day. On the last day of Avengers 4 and all that. It's very emotional, and like, you know, it's like, oh dear. So
man,
I think they're both gonna be fine. I'm kind of split. I think like one day I'll say I think they're gonna die, and then another day I'll say I think they're gonna live. There's just I don't know what's gonna happen, and that's what I love about the mystery of Avengers Endgame is that we don't know anything about this movie. We don't even know the general plot. We know they had we know they had to stop Thanos, but that's about it.
Literally it.
That's it, and that's awesome to know. I don't want to know anything else going into Avengers Endgame. We'll probably know a little bit more, but that's about it.
All right. Let's see what else we have here. Trying to pick out some good ones. Okay. So you watched Doom Patrol, right?
I've not seen the first episode yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. No. So this is about a particular character in Doom Patrol. It's probably gonna be a really quick like answer, but it was say, what do you think about Negative Man's gay storyline in Doom Patrol?
I heard about that.
Because in the comics, I think Negative Man isn't gay. He's straight or like, but like it's kind of interesting though because apparently like he became like a transgender, something like that. I don't really even know the whole storyline because I've never even read any Doom Patrol comics. But the thing is like I don't think his sexual orientation plays any role in the show at all. It's just a character trait. I mean, like.
So, but you've seen the first episode?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I got one personal question to ask you.
What's up?
How is Crazy Jane?
Oh!
Everything you wanted? Everything you wanted?
Bro, I was cheesing so hard when she came on screen. She's literally just perfect. And it just goes past her, like, being fine as hell. It's just like damn. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just the way she plays her, just, like, her facial expressions, the way she carries herself, bro. It's just, like, I don't know. It's just, like,
I'm looking forward to Doom Patrol. It's just a matter because I have way too many shows to watch right now.
I thought
Um,
when you mentioned when you said something, I thought you were gonna mention like one of the first shots of uh one of the Doom Patrol characters being Brendan Fraser's cheeks.
oh,
His
but you
his
know,
literal ass
I
cheeks.
don't, I just don't like. There's so many like shows that come on like every week that I have to watch. I'm slowly starting to binge my shows whenever they're done with their seasons. It's kind of what I did with Titans. I was a little hit and miss on Titans. I thought like the characters themselves were pretty solid. I thought the storyline they were in sucked. But from the looks of Doom Patrols, I've seen the trailers and stuff. It looks great. I'm excited for that. I'm just waiting for the season to wrap up before I start it because there's so many shows like I'm watching, that I'm trying to catch up on myself. But Doom Patrol, I'll probably catch Doom Patrol whenever season finale's done.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to it. I promise.
You want to do one more?
We can do a couple more.
Couple more? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, we kind of already talked about that. Okay, this is kind of off topic from what we usually do, but Jackie Chan or Jet Li? You watch like karate like kung
Yeah,
fu
I do.
movies?
I do.
Okay.
Damn. I'll go Jackie Chan.
I'm just gonna say Bruce Lee because Bruce Lee's Bruce Lee. Even though he didn't say
You gotta go. No, you gotta go one or the other. You gotta go one or the
no,
other.
I am choosing Bruce Lee because he is.
No, if you're
he's the
picking
man.
Bruce Lee, I'm picking Bruce Lee.
Why?
But-
No, we can't both pick
Alright,
Bruce
fine.
Lee.
Jackie Chan. I'm sticking with
All
Jackie
right,
Chan.
okay. Jackie,
Don't get me. I love Jet Li, but I just feel like I
I haven't seen a Jet Li movie in a while. I
It's
think
been
the
a
last
while.
one I saw was called like The One or something like that.
But like
Which
Jackie
came out,
Chan,
like, 2000 something.
I saw a lot. I think it's just because I've seen a lot more Jackie Chan movies when I was a child, and Jackie Chan Adventures, baby. You remember that TV show?
Oh, that animated show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did watch that.
Yeah. So I think I give the slight edge to Jackie Chan, but I love Jet Li too.
Oh man. All right. I mean, I think we talked about this last or a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the whole like Ben Affleck Batman thing. Like, who do you want to play the next Batman?
Mhm.
I mean, like, I feel like I've answered that question a bunch. Someone said Briscoe said Dylan O'Brien for Batman. No. I will say this though. I am a huge Dylan O'Brien fan. Like, I think he's a really solid actor. If you want to have him as any Bat family character, just make him Nightwing.
I mean,
or Red Robin.
It
Or Tim
depends.
Drake. Shit, just do it.
It depends on the direction Matt Reeves is going in. There's a rumor that came out today that Armie Hammer, even though it was debunked right away that Armie Hammer was going to take on, but now we know that Armie Hammer is 32, and now the word's going around that no, Reeves wants younger than 32. So it depends on. It's going to be a Batman in his 20s.
So that would officially disqualify Robert Pattinson. Thank God.
How old is
I
Robert
hated
Pattinson?
that.
How old is he?
I don't know, but he's too old. He's
No.
at least like 30 something.
How old is Robert Pattinson? How old do you think he is?
He's 32.
Oh, you looked it up so quickly. Yeah, he's 32. So yeah, he would be a little too
Nope.
old.
Sorry, bye.
All right, whatever.
Next time.
All right. Who would I want? I don't know. A talented actor. That's it.
Yeah, literally.
Any talented actor
Yeah, I don't really have a
of any race,
particular-
of any race either.
Yeah, I don't really have a particular choice
Mhm.
for Batman. I think
Just get a good actor.
like I trust Matt Reeves that much that I literally don't care who he gets.
Exactly. And,
Except for Robert Pattinson. That's a horrible idea.
man, you just have
That's
you just
terrible
got
idea.
you just haven't seen his other films outside of Twilight. He's a
I don't
great actor.
want to.
He's a great
He's-
actor.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, like, no offense, Robert, but I don't want you to be Batman.
Hi, Robert.
And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be Batman. That's a lot on somebody.
Look, whoever they
Like-
get, they're gonna get shit on for sure.
Oh,
we've
yeah,
talked
absolutely.
about that before, but
Yeah.
I'd be fine with any actor, whatever race, age they want, of whatever race they want. I'm cool with anybody as long as it's a good actor. That's it.
All right, we'll stick with the Batman stuff.
All right.
Antonio Miguel asks, which Batman franchise is your favorite?
In terms of the movies,
I'm guessing in terms of anything, live action, animated. I'm gonna say the Bruce Timm verse, the Batman Bruce Timm verse. Like that's just. I don't think you can beat that, even in live action. Like, there's just something about
The animated series.
the way that he crafted that entire universe, starting with the Batman animated series. Like,
There's always a soft,
It's
sweet
just-
spot for the animated series for me. There's always a sweet spot for the Keaton movies, in my heart. That's a tough call. Adam West.
is
No,
that a serious
no,
answer?
no. Look, I love. Look. I also grew up on the Adam West Batman movies. Batman show. I mean, it was corny as hell, but I loved it. I was a kid. I think I'd probably have to go animated series. And if we're talking about movies, probably
You
the
just can't come up with a singular original answer.
okay. I was about to say if it had to be strictly the movies, I'd probably go the Dark Knight trilogy. Probably. It's a tough call. It's a good question. Good question.
And you know what sucks is like you can't even consider Ben Affleck's Batman a part of like any kind of Batman universe
'Cause
because
he
didn't get a chance.
Exactly. He didn't get.
We
It
saw-
sucks. He never
I mean-
got his own standalone movie. It sucks.
Yeah, it really is. It's a shame.
Yeah, great question though.
Yeah, but all the other questions are kind of crazy. My friend said, "Why is Chadwick Boseman the most beautiful and most precious being ever?"
Because
I'm
he
gonna
is.
have to. I was just gonna say no, but I mean, sure.
Wakanda forever, man.
Wakanda forever. Okay.
Does. I don't think it's gonna win Best Picture. I don't think it's gonna win Best Picture.
It doesn't deserve to.
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna say why I think that because people might get mad at me. So we're just gonna leave it alone.
We'll find. When are the Oscars this Sunday? Right? Maybe the narrative will change. Maybe they'll win Best Picture. I doubt it, but I who knows? I'd be fine with it. I like Black Panther a lot.
All right. I mean, I like Black Panther too.
But all right, and another question.
Oh, you want to do another one?
Are you done?
What are we at, like time wise?
An hour and 6.
Oh yeah, no. Let's just end it now.
All right, all right. Let's take one last question. Let's end on a high note. Let's not act confused as our friend. Let's take one last.
Honestly, like literally, most of these questions are either who do you want to see play the next Batman, or Army Hammer is Batman.
There's literally nothing else.
Here, let me refresh.
All right.
I'm gonna refresh. We're gonna do a little refresh, and then we'll see what happens.
So, but if you're asking any Batman questions, again, any good actor, please. And I'm fine with Robert Pattinson.
No,
Josh isn't. But whoever they get.
no, I don't want that.
Blank space.
Okay, who do you think is the most powerful hero in the DC universe?
Who's this coming from?
This is coming from Austin.
Austin.
Yeah.
Who's the most powerful hero? Like being like hero or villain?
Hero.
Hero.
Specific hero.
Are we talking comic books or just movies? Probably.
No, this is just the DC universe. Just
DC.
I'm guessing it means comics.
Hmm.
I already have my answer.
You go first. I'm trying to think.
And it
has to be hero.
And I'm not throwing in any like alternate versions. So no Superman Prime, no Superman 1,000,000, none of that crap.
I think
I think the most powerful character in the DC universe
Batman.
is Martian Manhunter.
Really, I would say Batman.
No, really?
I would say either Batman. Oh, there's so many to choose from. That's the problem. Flash is also someone who's there too because he could time travel. He has a lot of power sets because he's so fast. Green Lantern's pretty powerful. Dr. Manhattan is really powerful.
I mean,
Darkseid's pretty powerful. There's just so many. Well, we're talking heroes. You said Martian Manhunter, yeah.
yeah, because if you think about, he's like if him and like Superman, like he's more powerful than Superman just based on his power set alone. He's got a genius level intellect, he's superhuman endurance, speed and strength, shape shifting, invisibility, intangibility, regenerative healing factor, flight. He has the Martian 9 senses, which I don't even remember what the hell the other like 3 were or 4 were. Heat vision, telekinesis, telepathy. Like he's got like all of these like ridiculous. He's essentially OP. And I feel like that's the reason why like there was never any kind of hint at him joining the DCEU is because he's just
too overpowered.
powerful. Yeah, he's he would just wreck. And like his only weaknesses, at least according to what my knowledge is, like one of his biggest weaknesses is fire. I guess I don't know. I guess fucking fire freaks aliens out.
I'd say I don't know. Batman is pretty because he has backup plans to stop the Justice League if they turn evil. He's always well prepared for any situation he's thrown in. There's just so many characters to choose from because they're all powerful in their own right, in their own park too. You could, a lot of people would say Superman, but I'm trying to not say Superman just because I don't want to be like the common guy.
Yeah, this is the generic
answer. I'll say Flash because with the whole the ability to time travel, sonic booms, the potential of the limitations of Flash's power set are limitless. We've seen hints of that in the Flash TV show. We see it a lot of times in the comic books. Flash has so much access to the Speed Force. A lot of these power sets, and the potential is there for him to be crowned as the most powerful DC hero. I think.
Let me ask you a question. Though, and I feel like this might literally just destroy your entire argument just now.
All right.
You think Flash beats Martian Manhunter in a fight?
No, I don't think so. I think you got the Martian Manhunter thing. I'm just trying to say a different answer.
Oh, but I'm like, there's no way.
No, I would have said Superman, but that's too common of an answer. So I'm trying to find loopholes in a different character.
The thing is like he's not, because like a simple human like Batman can beat him. Like.
There's just so many characters to choose from.
I mean, is Spectre? Spectre's a hero, right?
I don't know actually.
The Spectre. I don't really know a whole lot about the Spectre, but I know he is like wild.
Mm-hmm. Green Lantern. I don't know. There's so many DC. I'm gonna say the Flash just to stay unique, just to be unique, because his connections to the Speed Force, time travel, super speed. What?
I'm looking up. Okay, I'm changing my answer. The Spectre is the most powerful being in the DC universe, dude. Literally. Okay, his abilities: reality warping, immortality, cosmic level energy, space and time manipulation, cosmic awareness, knowledge of the events before the crisis on Infinite Earths, limitless matter control, superhuman strength, and near omnipotence.
I take back Flash. Spectre. I take back Flash. Josh, you can keep. I'm taking Spectre.
Holy shit!
I'm taking Spectre.
I've known about Spectre for a really long time, but the thing is, he's considered an anti-hero.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't pick sides.
He's not a full blown hero. He's not a full blown villain. He's just in the middle gray area.
He's in his own. He's in a gray area. I take Spectre. Suck at Martian Manhunter and Flash.
But damn, look at all those abilities. All right,
I'm taking Spectre. There you go. Who asked the question? Pablo?
No, not Pablo.
Who asked the question? I forgot.
Crap, I lost his name.
Thank you. Insert username here. You asked a really great question. I guess that will do it for us on episode 4 of the ABNC show. Thank you guys for submitting your questions. I guess submit them. Start submitting in some questions. We'll be answering them next week. We upload every Tuesday. Hopefully we'll be doing live streaming pretty soon. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Working on it.
It'll happen sooner rather than later if you guys hit the subscribe button. And make sure you guys go to themediabite.com. We got some amazing stories up there, news and editorials. You can also find our podcast there. Josh, any closing remarks? We got to end the show on a high note.
Crazy Jane is bae. I will always say that because she is.
You said that I think out of almost every episode so far.
Good. I'm a man of consistency.
All right.
I'm super excited. The launch of the site was a success. We didn't have any huge hiccups or anything like that. Things are going smoothly, and I'm looking forward to the future.
The godfather of MediaBite, ladies and gentlemen. Josh, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at DCU News. That is DCU News, the word and all that good stuff. You can also find me on Twitter at Really Sharp. That's sharp with an E. And you can also find my website, themediabite.com.
Link will be in the description.
Yeah, link in the description. Click it. Look around. I don't know. Hey, if you're interested in actually, I don't know, writing or designing or anything like that, just shoot us an email.
There's a contact page, I think, on the website.
Yep.
If you're interested. You could find me on social media at Pakibruh, Pakibruh, on Instagram and on Twitter. Our social medias will be in the description below. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, drop a like, comment. That's what all YouTubers say, I guess.
It would really help us out, man. If you could
just drop
1,000 likes, man.
If this video gets 200 likes, we'll make a Civil War explanation video. Why I think it's great and why Josh thinks it sucks.
Oh, damn! Really?
All right, let's let them. We'll probably get a video there sooner.
Like if this video gets 4 likes.
If this video gets 15, or if this video gets 20 likes, I don't know. We'll probably get there. We don't need your
We'll
likes.
get there eventually.
We'll get there eventually. Probably, yeah. We'll get there. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and until next time, we'll see you later.
Peace.